Hello and welcome, dear friends. As we continue our journey through Lent, I pray that these days are drawing you closer to the heart of God. Today's message is a powerful reminder of this truth. God can change our hearts. Let's take a look at a deep and hope-filled promise from the Old Testament, specifically from the book of prophet Ezekiel. Ezekiel, his name means God strengthens. And indeed, God gave Ezekiel boldness to speak his truth, even when it meant facing fierce opposition. Ezekiel lived during a time of great turmoil. He was among the Jewish people taken captive to Babylon, what is today modern Iraq. These were people who had disobeyed God and turned to sinful practices, yet God did not abandon them. Through Ezekiel, God delivered strong, convicting messages, reminding the people of their rebellion, but also of his relentless mercy. Sadly, his words were so bold and uncomfortable that Ezekiel was hated by many and eventually killed for his bold prophecies. But Ezekiel saw something remarkable, a vision that offered hope to a discouraged people. In Ezekiel chapter 10 and 11, he describes glory of the Lord moving. He watched God's glory leave the inner sanctuary of the temple, moving to its threshold, and then out into the city, and finally departing over the eastern mountain. Why? Because God was not confined to the temple. He was going out with his people even in exile. In Ezekiel chapter 11 verse 16, God says, "I have been a sanctuary for them in the countries where they have gone. Even in exile, even in failure, God is with us." Let me share a personal story with you. Rajesh and Danny were childhood friends. They grew up going to Sunday school together. Rajesh's parents didn't mind him attending church. In my youth, it was a time when people were more open and accommodating. But as they grew older, things changed. Rajesh drifted away from any interest in God, having gone into technology and business that gave him pride and independence. Danny, however, stayed rooted in his faith. He prayed daily for his friend and was burdened by Rajesh's growing family struggles at home and in work life. Danny prayed specifically from Ezekiel 11 verse 19, "Lord, remove from my friend Rajesh a heart of stone and give him a heart of flesh." Danny longed for his friend to experience the peace and joy that only God could give. The peace and joy Danny himself enjoyed in his own family. Years passed. Then one day suddenly Danny received a call that brought tears of joy to his eyes. Rajesh said, "Danny, I just gave my life to Jesus." It was a moment of joy and answered prayer. Rajesh had come to the end of himself and surrendered himself to the loving grace of Jesus Christ. This is the beauty of God's promise. He said through Ezekiel, "I will give them an undivided heart and put a new spirit in them. I will remove from them their heart of stone and give them a heart of flesh. Then they will follow my decrees. They will be my people, and I will be their God." Ezekiel 11, verses 19-20. God doesn't give up on us, no matter how far we've gone. He is ready to renew our hearts and softens what has become hard, makes alive what has grown cold and stagnant. So let me ask you, have you ever seen someone's heart completely transformed by God's love? Maybe you're still waiting. Maybe there's someone you care about, a friend, a family member, whose heart feels distant from God. Would you take a moment today to pray for them? Ask the Lord to do what only He can, to turn a heart of stone into a heart of flesh. Thank you for joining me in today's reflection. If this message encouraged you, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Share this with someone who might need the hope of God's transforming love today. Let's keep praying during this Lent season, not just for ourselves, but for others, that we all may walk more closely with Jesus, our Redeemer and friend. Until next time, may God bless you richly. Have a blessed day. Please subscribe to Solid Rock India